Welcome back to another one of my top 5 PGA DFS videos. This week we are heading to Palm Springs, California for the American Express. That's it, just the American Express. Maybe one of the weirder names on the PGA Tour. You might know it by like the Desert Classic or the Bob Hope Charity Classic, maybe. Just a couple of other names, but nonetheless, it's still the same. It's still the same course or courses. Of course, we're playing 2 this week. It's a full field of 156 players. We're going to get a cut after 2 days. And I've got some values for you here this week. Of course, we're going to give you a quick transparency of last week. Billy Horschel, Sebastian Munoz, Carlos Ortiz, Doug Gim. Sorry, I just lost my note there. And Brendan Todd. Those are the 5. I went 4 for 5 in making the cut. That's always a good start. And then had Billy Horschel in the top 5, as well as Carlos Ortiz, who had back-to-back eagles on Sunday. How about that? That's not something we normally say on both 9 and 10. He was also up in the top 10 in terms of DraftKings scoring, so pretty good on the value to nail 2 top picks there. Doug gave him the miscut. We're going to try and go 5 of 5 here this week. My numbers are a little jumbled here, so let's go ahead and start off. Abraham Ancer. He's coming off of a miscut. Speaking of Doug Gim, who was my last miscut, I'm going to go back to Abraham Ancer. I hope that he's going to be a little bit lower owned coming off that miscut. Plus, his course history here, a 2nd and 18th, so very, very good. Plus, it's not that he's hitting the ball poorly or anything like that. In fact, he, again, had a very high percentage in terms of fairway hit last week. Really just his putting. He's really struggling, or at least he's not making the putts that he should be. He lost another 2.8 in 2 rounds over in Oahu last week, plus another 1.4 around the greens. So this week with smaller greens here at PGA West course, I suspect that maybe will be mitigated. Aim small, miss small. That's what I'm going for here this week. So Abraham Ancer, 9,100 DraftKings this week. I think he's a really good value. Of course, off the tee, let's go over his values. 116, 128, 135, and 51 putting. So there you can see maybe the putting is bound to turn around here quickly. Second value pick I'm going to give you is Emiliano Grillo. He has not come here the last couple of years out to Palm Springs, but he has a win in the area, or at least in California, winning the Safeway Open a couple of years ago. He's coming in at 7,800 and has yet to miss a cut in quite some time. Now, maybe he's not giving you the upside. He came in 47th last week out in Oahu. 8th to start before that, though, so it's not too far out. 7,800 on DraftKings. If I didn't already say that, I apologize if I did. 62nd off the tee and 14th on the approach. So his ball striking in great form earlier in this season. 191 around the green and 150 putting is no surprise with Grillo. But if he puts it together, I mean, we could say this about a lot of guys, he will have a good week. Still, he gives you so many quality birdie looks that he ends up giving you value. So at 7,800, I think he should be a good pick this week. Next one, Cameron Davis. He was certainly a great value last week, coming in at 7,200. They bumped him up $500. Still, I think he's pretty good. Course history, 29th and 28th, so not bad there. Pretty good showings for Cameron Davis. 31st last week out in Oahu. 30th off the tee for a strokes gained power rank, so he's very good there. 129th on the approach. Around the green has been a problem, and if you had followed me before he kind of broke through last year, I always documented the tales of Cameron Davis needing to get a score, being greenside in that score, and ended up missing the cut so many times, 3 or 4 times in a row. So Cam Davis broken through that, 103rd in putting, so his putting has improved. Like him here this week. Last 2 golfers here are going to be Doc Redman and Joel Dahmen. I'm going to talk about both of them in succession. That's because they're both the same price on DraftKings, $7,500. They did not go out to the islands of Hawaii to compete, so they're starting fresh. Doc Redman, he had a decent year here last year, coming in 29th. That's his only start. Dahmen has not come here in the last 2 years. Recent form, Doc has certainly come off of the form that we saw him, say, out at the Bermuda Championship, almost winning that tournament. 18th off the tee and 52nd on his approaches, so that's certainly how he's gotten there. Round the green, though, terrible. 227th and 117th putting. Joel Dahmen, as I move quickly to him, 20th in his last start. We saw a couple of weeks ago, not, of course, much before the turn of the year out in Mayakoba. 7,500 for a guy that can absolutely light it up and scored a ton of DraftKings points. Joel Dahmen, 7,500. Has not come here, like I said, the past couple of years, but still, the strokes gained ranks, he's not going to really get in too much trouble anywhere. 74th off the tee. 94th on the approach, 129th around the green, and 104th putting. So, quickly review my top 5 values for this week as I'm hitting that 5-minute mark. We love that. Abraham Ancer, 9,100. Emiliano Grillo, 7,800. Cam Davis, 7,700. Doc Redman, 7,500. And Joel Dahmen, also 7,500. In terms of my FanDuel value, if we want to quickly look there, Joel Dahmen, 9,000. So he would probably be my best value of these picks if you're playing over there. So thanks for coming by my PGA DFS top 5 values for the American Express. Of course, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you don't already so you can be notified when these videos do come live. So until next time, everybody, thanks for joining me today, and we will see you next time. Cheers.